Oh, X, dost thou feel the touch of spring?
Okay, wow, why are you talking like that? What happened? But yeah, I guess spring is coming our way.
We beginneth our journey into the ancientest literature in English class. Thee wouldst not understand the beauty of language.
Listen, just because you read Romeo and Juliet once does not mean you get to have a superiority complex.
I doth not wanteth to square thee, I wanteth to enjoyeth springeth.
It is a really nice day. Okay, maybe we should just enjoyeth the springeth.
The blossoms bloom and the birds do not sing with fervent glee. 'Tis as though nature herself doth dance in jubilee.
Yeah, I can't do this anymore.
Someone should check on Siani and make sure she's not still talking like that.
Was she talking any different? I thought she was always talking like that.
It's like she got stuck in a Shakespeare play. We'll check on her later. Right now, we have to get to this week's episode of UCA News.
You're right. Welcome back to another episode of UCA News. My name is Oakley.
And I'm Gavin. Today is March 11th, and we've got a good episode planned for you.
But before we get to our segments, we have a few announcements to cover. The first one is exciting. Spring break is officially 2 weeks away.
I'm so excited for the break. I hope it warms up a little bit before then.
You never know with Utah's weather. Spring is from March 25th through March 29th. We will have more about spring break later in the broadcast.
There are a few events going on this week. She Tech Explore Day is this Thursday. This event is always a blast, and all our high school girls are invited to attend.
Thursday is March 14th, aka Pi Day. For our students in grades 7 to 12, there is a special Pi Day event from 3 o'clock to 4 p.m. Check your planners for the link.
And we have just one last announcement. By the end of this week, all semester long, courses should be at 44% complete. Just a reminder that you can always find the day's course completion on the homepage of www.uca.school.
That's all for this week's announcement. Let's get into the segments.
Now for a learning tip from Arub.
This week's learning tip, I'll be discussing study techniques. There are many different study techniques that can help with understanding topics and staying productive throughout. In this learning tip, I'll discuss two study techniques I use time to time. First one is the Feynman technique. This is when you encounter a difficult topic. For example, you might be learning photosynthesis. To study this with the Feynman technique, you would first learn how photosynthesis happens. Next, you would try to explain how it works in the simplest terms to someone who doesn't know much about photosynthesis. This can be to your little sibling, your stuffed animals, or your pet. The idea is that if you can simplify the topic and explain it to someone, then you can find out where your gaps in understanding are. Once you find out what you're struggling to explain, you can go back to the topic and study it. The next study technique is the Pomodoro technique. This one is fairly popular, but it can really help with time management. In the Pomodoro technique, the idea is to have high focus study sessions with interspersed breaks. You first pick a task to complete and work productively for 25 minutes. After working dedicatedly for 25 minutes, take a 5-minute break to stretch, take deep breaths, or for a quick snack. Repeat this 4 times before taking a longer break. I find that this technique works better with larger projects like essays. You can take 25 minutes to brainstorm and outline, another 25 minutes to work on introductions and conclusions, and other focus sessions to add details in other paragraphs. This can also keep you motivated and refreshed throughout.
That was so interesting. I'm always looking for ways to get better at studying.
Me too. Let's keep this thing rolling. It's time for our joke of the week.
What do you get when you push a bunch of Easter eggs down a hill? Rolls.
That was hilarious. I love the joke of the week segment.
It's one of the best parts of the news. Next up, we've got an awesome fact of the week.
For the Japanese, the opening of the cherry blossom, Japan's national flower, in March or April signals the start of spring.
That was a fascinating fact. Just added to the list of things you learn while watching UCA News.
I hope you're hungry. Next up, we have an awesome segment.
Hello, I'm Madisyn, and today we're going to be making chocolate Oreo pudding pie in honor of Pie Day. So the ingredients that we're going to need is butter, chocolate pudding, Cool Whip, cream cheese, powdered sugar, Oreos, and mini chocolate chips. Now what we're going to need as supplies is a blender, a bowl, a pie pan, and you're going to need a whisk and a rubber scraper. My first step is you need to grab 20 Oreos and put it into the blender, and then grab 5 tablespoons of melted butter and put it in there, and I'll be right back once it's mixed. So our next step is to grab the Oreo crumbs and dump it into your pie pan, and then form it into a pie kind of thing. And it's okay if it doesn't look perfect. A little hint I do recommend is to put saran wrap over it so it's easier and it doesn't get your hands all dirty. And then our next step is to cream the cream cheese. Now we're gonna get an 8-ounce brick of cream cheese and a 1/3 cup of powdered sugar, and then put them in the bowl and blend them together. So now that your cream cheese and powdered sugar is mixed, you're gonna get a couple tablespoons of Cool Whip and put it into there. And now make sure to fold it while you mix it, and then put it on top for another layer of our Oreo mixture. Be right back with you. And now our next step will be we'll be putting 1 box of pudding mix and 1 cup of milk. I forgot to say that in the very beginning, so sorry about that, and I'll be right back with you. Now that your pudding is nice and thick, we're gonna put it onto our layers, and I'll be right back with you. Make sure to smear it. So now that your pudding layer is finished and on your pie, you're gonna wanna grab the rest of your Cool Whip and lather it all on top. And you can use whatever you want, but I like to use mini chocolate chips. You can use hot fudge or Oreo crumbs. Now think about that while I'm doing that. I decided to top mine off with mini chocolate chips. 3.14 pie. Hope you enjoy your pie on Pie Day. Bye!
Wow, those pies look delicious, and they were so easy.
Well, UCAers, that was another awesome episode of UCA News. We'll be back next week for our last episode before spring break.
Keep working hard, get your lessons done, and remember, we're UCA.